Now, the Republicans, they have released the legislation to repeal and replace Obamacare. Got that, saw it yesterday. Now, the negotiating phase is really and truly underway. Joining us is Dana Loesch, nationally syndicated radio host of The Dana Show. All right, Dana, welcome back to the program. Good to see you. I believe you're wearing a T-shirt that says No Man Day. Is that correct?
It is Al Bundy. Stuart, thank you for noticing. I've been waiting to wear the shirt for 2 years. It's Al Bundy's infamous group.
That's right.
It's national. Right. It's the National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. I thought I'd wear it in honor of the Women's March. Okay,
I'll get to that in a second. Let me deal with Obamacare first of all. It seems like the negotiating has begun. I don't know your politics, Dana. I suspect that you're a conservative, and I suspect that you want a more radical transformation of Obamacare. But my question is, you've got to get this done. You've got to get this passed. Are the two sides, moderates, conservatives, going to come together and make a deal?
That's the million-dollar question, Stuart, and I agree with you. Something should be passed.
It has to be passed.
Out loud.
It's got to be done.
Republicans have had 8 years to get a replacement. Now, to their credit, they have had, I think it's about 8 or 9 different plans that they have proposed in the span of 8 years. In fact, a really good one was in 2010. They also had another one in 2015. Unfortunately, even though the last one went through and passed the House, nothing ever came of it. And that actually went a lot further in reducing that government regulatory structure that this Obamacare Lite bill is really still based upon. It went a lot further than this one did, which is why I don't understand why we're not using what we have that was already celebrated as getting most of the job done, and why we're trying to redo it again. I actually like Senator Rand Paul's idea when he said, let's go ahead and let's do the repeal first. Let's separate repeal and replace.
Well,
let's repeal first.
Now we're in the middle of it. Now we're in the middle of it.
And
as Speaker Ryan said this morning, we made a promise to the American people. We, the Republican Party, made that promise. So I can hear from what you're saying, you're on the conservative side of things. You're on the Freedom Caucus side, the Rand Paul side of things. Are you prepared to compromise? Because you've got to get a deal done.
I'm absolutely prepared to compromise, but what I'm not prepared to do, Stuart, is I did not protest for the past 8 years against Obamacare only to be delivered Obamacare Lite by Republicans. That's absolutely not what we stood in the street for. It's not what we petitioned our Congress representatives for. It's not what we did at all. We went to Senate offices. We went to House offices. This is not what we asked for. Look, it's quite simple. Allow the free market to operate within health care. Stop making the thing that they have now, it still has the exact same government regulatory structure. You still have subsidies. You still have an individual penalty. There's no portability. It still weds insurance to your employer. I mean, these are really simple things that can be done. Now, look, I also agree that you need to make sure that we need to make sure we're lowering costs. That can also be done. In fact, there have been some really good plans put forward that do exactly that. But this that Paul Ryan is giving us, this isn't it.
Okay. I'd like to. I've got to spend 30 seconds on the A Day Without a Woman march. I think they're underway in various parts of the country. Now, what do you make of this? You're wearing a T-shirt related to this issue. What do you make of this Day Without a Woman?
I love this whole idea of vacation as striking. I'm an empowered woman, so I'm going to work today, Stuart, because I have children who depend on me, and I have bills to pay, mouths to feed, so to speak. So I'm going to work. This whole idea, first off, I think it's interesting that you have a terrorist that planned this march in the first place. It's a super lefty entity that's doing this. And what for? What rights do women not have that men have? No, none of them have been able to answer that question. What rights do these feminists not have that men do?
I think it's all about Planned Parenthood and President Trump's idea of defunding it. I think that's at the heart of this, but that's another story. Dana, thanks for being with us. Thanks for the T-shirt.
Thank you, Stuart. You're welcome.
Impressive, gotta say. Thank you.